Thank you very much indeed. Good evening. Can I just ask everyone, just take a second to allow everybody to take their seats. I think there's a couple of bits of food coming out as well. Really nice to see everybody. Welcome. It really is great to see everybody here this evening. Great to be back in the room, isn't it? Isn't that exciting? Great to... So welcome to the hundreds of people here in the room and the dozens of people who are watching and listening on Facebook Live as well. A great opportunity for us to really celebrate the power of volunteering across our communities. I really feel a huge connection actually tonight for 3 or 4 different reasons. Firstly, I've been involved with JVN as a supporter and using their services as well with a number of charities that I've worked with as well over the years. I was very fortunate to meet and get to know Leonie Lewis, who of course we're paying tribute to tonight as well. Our chief executive, Nikki Goldman, is a member of the same shul as I am, and she's a very dear friend. But the first person I'm going to introduce to you, I was at school with. He was many, many, many years younger than I am, of course, and still is. But I have to say that Moore Allerton Preparatory School in Didsbury in South Manchester has a lot to answer for. So with no further ado, and I'll be back later to tell you how all of this works, please welcome JVN's chair and our host for this evening, Daniel Levy.
Thank you, Nigel. Who would have believed? There's another old more Alletonian there, Richard Sharma. What can come out of a little shtetl in South Manchester? There's a wonderful atmosphere in here tonight. Nigel's told me to keep it short, and I will keep it short. But you can feel the warmth so strongly, and I just want to wish you most sincerely the most sincere welcome. Shalom Aleichem. Welcome to you all. It's a real privilege to have such special people in the room today. I would like to thank in particularly our many dignitaries that I've decided not to name one by one. Please forgive me that, but we really appreciate you making the effort of being with us tonight. It means a lot. If you're not quite sure whether you're a dignitary, but you think you're a dignitary, you're a dignitary. It's simple. This year we've got 90 award winners from 46 charities, a record. We're delighted to have 400 people in the room. It's the first time we've been able to be together for 3 years, a record. But the most important people in this room tonight, and with no disrespect intended, are our charity chairs, volunteer managers, donors, and even more importantly, and most importantly, the volunteers themselves, especially the award winners. This evening is all about you, our heroes. JVN needs its charity partners to find the most engaging and purposeful volunteering opportunities. And hopefully, you in turn need our volunteers. Given the huge number of winners, my time slot has been cut short, and I would like to talk to you at length about volunteering. But as my wife would always say, and she is right again, that you're talking to the converted, but I still won't be able to resist it, just a little. And I wanted to share with you something from Rabbi Sachs, Zichrono Livracha. He was always a huge fan of Viktor Frankl, and just this weekend I came across the following facts. Viktor Frankl found that 78% of humanity are searching for meaning and purpose in their life. Tonight, we're not talking to them, we're talking to the 22% who clearly know that doing and helping others is right at the core of their purpose. Frankel also goes on to say, our answer must consist not in talk and meditation, but in the right action and the right conduct. Again, that's who we're amongst tonight, a very, very special crowd. We at JVN are extremely privileged to be surrounded by you all. Befittingly, tonight's event is in honor of Leonie Lewis, Zichrona Livracha. Her memory is blessed to all. Leonie, all who knew her for sure, and many that didn't. Leonie worked with JVN's founders, Juicy Citron, Zivracha Livracha, and Susan Winton, who is here tonight, to lay the foundations to create JVN as the organization that supports all of you with our volunteering. Leonie sadly passed away in April 1922. Old money, 2022, thank you. Just thank you for paying attention. She was extraordinary, an extraordinary human dynamo who had great vision and brought people with her into volunteering, even when they didn't know they were looking. And I would like to thank Howard and Leonie's husband and her sons, Adam and Ben, for partnering JVN to celebrate Leonie's life legacy. Your support has been invaluable, past, present, and continues to be. So I'm delighted to introduce Howard Lewis, who I don't know where he is quite. Where are you, Howard? Somewhere close.
Good evening. Let me start by thanking everyone at JVN for dedicating this event and all you have done in memory of Leonie. In particular to Daniel, Ros Preston, Susan Winton, and remembering at this time both Judy Citron and David Lazarus, Zichron Livracha, for their huge support to Leonie whilst at JVN. I'd like to thank Leah for her efforts in preparing with both love and care the amazing and meaningful tribute book that was published and is outside for anyone to look at in Leonie's memory. Finally, to Nikki, for too much to list, but together with David being true friends there for me when needed. When Leonie retired from JVN, there was only one person she wished to see take over as CEO, and that was her friend and colleague, Nikki. Nikki, you have proved how right she was. It is also an opportunity to acknowledge and thank the many charities present for their messages of support received on Leonie's passing. Looking down the charities represented tonight, there are hardly any that Leonie did not at some point either work with professionally or help in some voluntary capacity. This is the second occasion I've been asked to say a few words at a JVN event. The first time was when Leonie retired as CEO. And on that very happy occasion, I somehow managed to deliver my few words in a rather emotional fashion. So tonight, you might just be the odd tear and emotional pause. I was honoured to serve as a judge for the awards and to read the simply amazing work being done by so many people. As we know, everyone nominated by their organisation is a winner, and the judge's task of trying to pick a winner out of the winners was extremely difficult. I know how delighted Leonie would have been to have seen the number of nominees and the wide variety of volunteers from which we had to select. She really did believe how much volunteers derived from the work they did, whilst benefiting the organisations and charities involved. We first met at the Association for Jewish Youth, and so whatever I may try and do for any charitable cause, I will never be able to fully repay the benefit I received. It was said at the time of Leonie's passing that the word no was not in her vocabulary, and the word passionate has been utilised many times since. She really was passionate about every cause in which she was involved. I believe that because throughout her professional career, she saw herself as being paid for encouraging people to volunteer for tasks that they never realised they had any interest in doing, until she asked them. Whenever she was asked to do some task on a voluntary basis, she could never refuse, despite my best efforts to get her to say no just once. She did promise that when I retired from my professional life, she would cut down, but her premature passing prevented this ever becoming a reality. She was volunteering until the end. She first felt unwell on the 11th of March last year, yet 5 days earlier she was organising a collection in Pinner for the Ukraine, coordinated by our friends at Goods for Good. The initial plan was for a car or two to transfer the goods, but in the end we had to hire a lorry because of the size of the collection. All of those that helped in that collection were included in photographs, yet none included her. Leonie did not volunteer like most others. For example, when I undertake a voluntary role, I want to be instructed by the organisation what to do and how to do it. And if the instructions are not at all encompassing, I might complain or think badly of the organisation. Leonie, however, when undertaking a new task, would do it, but would immediately be trying to work out if it could be done in a better way, if more could be done, and how to encourage more people to get involved. This led me to coin the phrase that at her retirement, Leonie's only wish is to want to make a difference, and she always does. This phase remained with her, and you may not be surprised to know that it will figure prominently on her memorial stone, which will be consecrated on the 26th of March. The family were pleased to both endorse and support the Legacy Fund instigated by JVN on a Just Giving page. And whilst tonight is not about fundraising, I hope I can ask those who are able to kindly donate either on or offline to the fund. One of Leonie's strongest beliefs was that all volunteers should always be thanked, even if they didn't want to be. And hence, let me thank everyone here tonight for all you have done for the amazing causes you support. Finally, let me add one personal comment, and I'm indebted to the family of Kirsty Allen, the Cheers actress who died in December, for coming up with some amazing words, recognising that there is always a professional and a family life, and to paraphrase their beautiful epitaph, as iconic as everyone in the charity sector found Leonie, she was even a more amazing mother, grandmother, sister, sister-in-law, niece, aunt, cousin, and in her time, a daughter and daughter-in-law, and of course, my very best friend. Thank you.
Howard, thank you. That can't have been easy. There's no question that Leonie's greatest ever coup was probably you. It is wonderful to celebrate the impact Leonie made on JVN and the world. We miss her dearly. Her energy, her never say, can't be done attitude, and I certainly would be very unlikely to have been standing here if it wasn't because of Leonie that I've known for a very long time. When I think of Leonie, I also think of the contribution to JVN of David Lazarus, Zikron Laracha, our former chair. And I stand here because David passed away at the start of the pandemic. And we want to thank his family for their ongoing support to JVN. And I'm just going to steal one of David's favourite phrases. Volunteers don't get paid, not because they are worthless, but because they are priceless. And as you are about to hear, in 2023, we're continuing to develop our conferences, our training, our consultation, our support to volunteer managers, our focus on inspiring more young adults into volunteering. I am proud that JVN is a key player in promoting volunteering in the Jewish community, and even more in the wider charity sector. We're proud and delighted to host and to welcome you all here tonight, and look forward to working together in the year going forward. I cannot let this moment pass without giving a big final thank you to Nikki and her team and all my trustees that worked so hard for this small organisation that I really do makes a big difference and helps and supports all your incredible work. And I would just like to finish with some words from my great mentor, Rabbi Sachs. And he said, I just dug this out, Jews know this in their bones. Our community couldn't exist for a day without volunteers. They are the lifeblood of all our organizations, whether they involve welfare, youth, induction, care of the sick, or the elderly. Thank you for being part of this and making the Jewish community so proud and so special because of all your work and having us as partners.
I've volunteered my whole life. It's just been something that's been a part of me and a part of what I do and who I am, I guess. JVN connects volunteers and supports charities where people can find a whole range of volunteering opportunities in the Jewish community and in the wider charity sector. And once they find us and they realise how important it is, they can really experience the power of volunteering.
When individuals come to us looking for a volunteer role and they find a role that suits them, it sort of, they talk about how much it empowers them.
My job is to match our volunteers with charities, see if I can make a shidduch, as it were, to try and match opportunities with people's skills and their interests and their availabilities. We have a little ritual in the office. When somebody gets placed, we go over to our gong and we bang the gong, and that's really fun in the office.
It's great to be able to provide a platform with a different pool of potential volunteers. Whether it be a global response to, the Ukrainian crisis or the Afghani crisis, or, different times of the year when people just need more volunteering. It's really great to see us be able to utilise our database and the 7,000 potential volunteers that we do have, and it's really heartwarming to see the response from them.
For me, the act of doing, the act of helping, the act of being able to make a difference in society, to offer that helping hand to something that I care about, are the things that have left me feeling at my very best. And that is exactly what JVN is. It gives people an opportunity to give back to society.
I've been a trustee for the last year and I've really enjoyed myself. I've used my skills, I've met like-minded people, I feel good about helping society, and above all, really enjoy my time with the team.
JVN are professional, helpful and friendly, providing year-round support with regular calls and in-person visits.
JVN have done a wonderful job as a platform, providing all aboard with volunteers who we place in our shops, and recently we've placed 2 at eBay, so thank you very much.
We know the sort of organisations that need help, multicultural, all over the world, not just here, and it's so important that we all learn to give a little.
I'd highly recommend you get in touch with JVN to see if there's any volunteering work you can do, because I think it gives you so much pleasure and satisfaction. It's honestly well worth the time. And as I say, you get all the support in the world from JVN in doing it.
Whether it's an hour a year, or it's an hour a week, or it's every day, everyone can volunteer.
Thank you, Howard. Thank you, Daniel. We have got 4 awards, and before I get on to them, just a couple of housekeeping issues for you. It wasn't that many years ago at this point I'd be saying to people, turn your phones off and put them away. Well, I'm going to say the opposite tonight. Take your phones out. Photograph your table. Celebrate what's going on. Share it on social media. We have the hashtag that I guess you've always seen. Hashtag JVN Awards 2022 is the hashtag. Check they're on silent, of course, would be helpful, I guess. But please get your phones out and let's celebrate what's going on in the room tonight. We have got 4 awards, and I'll just read them out. They are Volunteers of the Year, Volunteer Teams of the Year, Young Adult Volunteer, and Lifetime Achievers. Let me just kind of explain how the evening is going to work. So I will announce each category in turn. And what we have got on the tables, we've got the awards. Every single person who's been nominated wins an award. Everybody is a winner. And we would like the chief exec or the trustee or the member of management from that charity to present that award to the winner at the table and say thank you to them. Congratulate them from the amazing work that they've done. That's what we're going to do each time we do it. And then at the end of that, when everybody's had their awards, we're going to bring everybody up and take a team photograph. But more than that, what's also going to happen is that there is going to be a surprise element, which is the announcement of an outstanding winner in each category as well. So that person will then get an additional award. Okay, I'll explain what happens as we go through the evening anyway. So that's where we are. And what I'd now like to do to explain how the judging process has worked, I'd like you to welcome, please, Dame Mary Marsh, who was the chair of the independent judging panel. Dame Mary Marsh.
Thank you very much, and it's a huge privilege for me to be here to share with you this wonderful celebration. And in particular for me to be sharing in the celebration of Leonie's contribution to volunteering. The judges are key volunteers that have led us to getting to this place tonight. We have an entirely independent panel of which I am the chair, and it is really good to be able to work together in working through this. I started being the independent chair. We're invited by Leonie when she first created these awards. So I've been trying to work it out. I think I have been doing this for over 10 years now, and I have learned so much, and I'm so impressed with everything you all do. Leonie has left us with the most extraordinary legacy, which we've heard much about already, and I know many of you individually will have more to remember. Can I thank my judges? The panel members, we have 4 of the 5 who work with me are here. Howard Lewis himself, it was great having Howard to be part of it. Leah Bogod, Gabby Lazarus, and Ashley Sweetland. And Sarah Rose, who couldn't be with us, is the 5th one. So a particular thank you to them. They're very wise, they're deeply insightful, and they give hugely of their own time to do this. We had 90 nominees this year. They're a huge record. They've never had so many. You can imagine the time that took to assess each one. Each award is considered against all the criteria for that award individually by each judge, and then we come together for a rather long evening, more of their time, to decide the overall winner. So I think it's very important that we thank the judges. I want to thank Nikki herself and her team for all of their support. And I think we also ought to thank, Daniel, you and your trustees, who are other key volunteers who are part of what has led us to where we are here today. Every nominee is a winner. Yes, some will be seen as outstanding, and I think you'll all see why. But I think that the congratulations to every nominee. And I would, every award winner. And I want to thank the people who nominated them, who take an enormous amount of trouble to provide those nominations. So thank you to them. Thank you to those who've done all the work to get us all here together. And I hope you enjoy finding out who these wonderful winners all are. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dame Mary. Okay, well, should we crack on with the first award of the evening, which is the Volunteer of the Year award. And what I'm going to do now, as I say, I'm going to read out all the names. They are all in. The names of all the winners are in your brochure, which you should have in front of you there. And the names are going to come up on the screen. So as I call these names out, if the representative from the charity can present the trophy to their winner at their table, and at the end, as I say, all those winners will come up for a group photograph, and then after that we'll announce the outstanding winner in that category. So, here we are. So the winners for the Volunteer of the Year award are as follows. Congratulations to Gilad Reback from All Aboard Shops. Martin Cohen from Aelith Synagogue. Suzanne Goldsmith from Barnet Synagogue. Barbara Feigenbaum from British Emunah. Victoria Joseph from Camp Simpa. Victoria Odessian from Caritas Westminster. Phil Summerich from Feast With Us. Michael Obadia from Gift, a popular winner. Judy Sharp from Goods for Goods. Dana Aronson from iHeart Principles Limited. Dave Richmond from Jammy. Peter Cohen from Jewish Blind and Disabled. Sally Kaplan from Jewish Care. Monique Kadji from Jewish Care. Linda Gordon from the Jewish Museum London. Anne Jason from Genetics. Edward Miller from Jewish Women's Aid. Dr. David Spitzer from Kef Kids. Valerie Hadjioff from Kisharon. Robin Jacobs from Rangan. Stephen Joseph Maccabi GB. Howard Taylor, Magen David Adom. Jenny Strauss from Nightingale Hammerson. Aviva Wilford from Northwood United Synagogue. Michelle Ashton from Norwood. Jackie Ross from Resource. Bruce Rimmer from the Royal Free Charity. Vesta Svensson from the Together Plan. Maytal Charing from the United Synagogue. And last but certainly not least, Joanna Woolwick from Wheatso. So congratulations to all those winners in the Volunteer of the Year award. Can I ask all those winners please to come up to the front of the stage to have a team photo up here, please. Well done.
לא אהבתי די, הרוח והשמש על פניי. עוד לא אהבתי די, ואם לא עכשיו הבנתי. עוד לא אהבתי די, הרוח והשמש על פניי. עוד לא אהבתי אהבתי די, ואם לא עכשיו מה? היי! עוד לא אהבתי די, הרוח והשמש על פניי. עוד לא אהבתי די, ואם לא עכשיו, מתי? היי! עוד לא אהבתי די, הרוח והשמש על פניי. עוד לא אהבתי די, ואם לא עכשיו עוד לא אהבתי די, הרוח והשמש עוד לא אהבתי די, ואם לא עכשיו
Mazel tov and many congratulations to our winners. We now, if I could just ask you all to take your places, please, ladies and gentlemen. Shh. We are now going to announce the outstanding winner in the Volunteer of the Year award. Shh. And to do that, I'd like to introduce to you Pam Goldsmith, the Director of Programmes at WOL, who will announce the winner of the Outstanding Volunteer of the Year. Pam.
Good evening, everyone. The outstanding, I'm a little short, thank you. The Outstanding Volunteer of the Year goes to Dr. David Spitzer, nominated by KEF Kids.
Want to go forward?
That Dr. David Spitzer has been nominated for the JVN Celebration of Volunteering Award on behalf of KEF Kids. Since 2016, Dr. David...
I don't deserve this award. We get more, myself and my family, we get more out of KEF than we give. The real people who deserve this award are the people who founded and continue to run the organization. Some of them are here tonight, people who nominated me, Shmulik and Chani Halpern, Benny and Shelley Grossman, who aren't here, and Adina Morris, who run the organization, devote so much time and effort towards that, as well as having full-time jobs. But also, I must also mention the real inspirations to us, the people, the young men and women who volunteer for KEF, give away their evenings, their weekends, and their holidays to look after people less fortunate than them. They're really an inspiration. Thank you all.
Before we carry on, we have a special message that's been sent to us. So maybe you can just turn around and look at the screens near you and enjoy this special message that's been sent to us for this evening.
Huge congratulations to all of you, the winners of the Jewish Volunteering Network Awards. We're so grateful for everything you do. I know you don't do it for awards, but how lovely to be recognised. And I hope you have the most wonderful evening back together in person.
Thank you, Emma. We've got another award. The next award is the Volunteer Team of the Year Award. Indeed. What I'd like to happen again, please, is the chair or the chief exec of the charity to present the trophy to the winner at your tables, and then we'll get everybody to come up. Can I just say, when you come up, we have our amazing photographer here, and she would like to take the photo first. I know you're all very keen to take photos. It'd be really helpful when you come up, allow our photographer to arrange you, take the team photo, then we can have a free-for-all for the next 45 minutes and deal with it that way. But let's get the team photo with our official photographers, will be really great. Okay, Volunteer Team of the Year. Let me read out the winners. They are as follows. The Pinner Outreach Team, AJR. The Salford Shop, All Aboard Shops. Barnet Shul Chesed Team from Barnet United Synagogue. Camp Simcha, Big Brothers and Big Sisters. Club 18 from Chai Cancer Care. Food Bank Aid Coordinators. The Giving Kitchen from Gift. HAB Team, Homeless Action in Barnet. The Jammy Compere Befriending Programme from Jammy. Volunteer counsellors from the Jewish Bereavement Counselling Service. The Warwick's Jewish Blind and Disabled. Jewish Care Memory Cafe, Memory Way Cafe. The Jewish Care Befriending Team. Collections Digitation Team, Jewish Museum of London. JWA Counsellors from Jewish Women's Aid. WWT Volunteers, which is British Jews in the First World War. We were there too. JW3 Food Bank. Childs Hill Library Young Volunteers Team from Kisharon. Wednesday Art Club, Langdon. Israel Tour Tzevet, Liberal Judaism. The Junior Maccabea Team from the Maccabea Team. Northwood Network from Northwood United Synagogue. The Chair of Governors from Pages. Paperweights, Weightlifters from Paperweight. Project Impact Ambassadors. The Qualified Counsellors from Raphael, the Jewish Counselling Service. Digital Volunteers from the Royal Free Charity. The Together Plan, Aid Together Volunteer Team. And finally, Essential Food Parcels Volunteer Team from the United Synagogue.
Hey! Woo!
Let's have all the winners up here for your photo, please.
טוב שלא עבדה עוד התקווה, עובר מזמור, מדור לדור, כמעיין מאז ועד עולם. אני שואל ומתפלל, טוב שלא עבדה...
Let's have all the winners up here for your photo now, please.
חי, 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 כן אני עוד חי, זה השיר שסבא שר אתמול לאבא, והיום אני עוד חי, 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 עם ישראל חי. זה השיר שסבא שר אתמול לאבא, והיום אני הומים ימיי ולילותיי, ובשמיים עמוד האש עוד קם, השיר בלי די, אפרוץ ידיי לידידיי אשר מעבר ים. אני שואל ומתפלל, מתפלל, טוב שלא עבדה עוד התקווה. עובר מזמור,
חי חי,
דודדו,
חי חי,
כמעיין מאז ועד עולם. אני שואל ומתפלל, טוב שלא עבדה עוד התקווה. חי חי חי, עם ישראל חי, זה השיר שסבא שר אתמול לאבא, והיום אני להיות חי חי חי, כן אני חי, זה השיר שסבא שר אתמול לאבא, והיום אני היה.
¡Epa! ¡Denlo!
Mazel tov to all our winners. Okay, what we'd like to do, ladies and gentlemen, we'd just like to have one final photograph with our photographer who's made it onto the table. So can we just ask everybody else just to leave the stage for a second, please? And then let's just leave our winners to have their photo. Thank you.
I didn't bring mine with me. I'll have to hold it with you.
I don't think they'll be able to read it from there.
No, I don't think so.
שואל ומתפלל, טוב שלא עבדה עוד התקווה. חי חי חי, ואני לא חי, זה השיר של סבא שר אתמול לאבא, והיום אני עוד חי חי חי, ימין עדיין, לה 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 לה.
Mazel tov once again to our volunteer teams of the year. We are now going to announce the outstanding winner. Shh. Ladies and gentlemen, please. I know this is exciting and we need to announce our outstanding winner of the team award. Shh. So to enable us to do that, will you please welcome on stage Nicola Toya, who is Head of Charities, Wealth and Investment at UK Investec.
Thank you. It's an absolute privilege to be here this evening and just to hear about all the incredible work that's been done with all of the volunteers, and I just want to say mazel tov to everyone. At Investec, our purpose is to create enduring worth and live in, not off society. And what that means is that we want to give back and to create a better world and work with local communities. And this is why we've chosen to sponsor the Team of the Year award with the JVN, to enable the amazing volunteering work to continue in the Jewish community. So moving on to the award. The winner of this award is a team that teaches patients how to attend their appointments remotely by using the Attend Anywhere NHS platform to help reduce missed appointments and digital inequalities in certain patient populations. So the winner of this award is, if I can get the envelope open, Digital Volunteers nominated by the Royal Free Charity.
And before they come up, let's have a quick film and understand more about the work. Thank you.
I'm John Spires, the Chief Executive of the Royal Free Charity. We were delighted to nominate our incredible digital volunteers for this prestigious award. They've been helping thousands of patients attending our sleep and ventilation clinic at the Royal Free Hospital across the past 2 years. When lockdown began, we had real concerns around patients not being able to attend virtual appointments due to digital exclusion. Our digital volunteers have been trained to call patients up each week and offer them pre-appointment support. The calls offer a reminder, information to patients with face-to-face appointments, and digital support to those who are attending virtually. Our volunteers have helped to reduce the rates of people who can't attend their appointments and offered support to thousands of patients and saved the NHS many, many hours of professional time. Our digital volunteers give so much of their time to this project, and they run the programme themselves. It was originally only meant to be a pilot, but our trust has asked us to continue it indefinitely as the volunteers are providing such invaluable support. I can't think of a more valuable team to nominate. Thank you to all of them.
ומזל טוב וסימן טוב, סימן טוב ומזל טוב ומזל טוב וסימן טוב לנו, איי איי איי, סימן טוב, מזל טוב וסימן טוב. מזל טוב וסימן טוב לנו, 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 ולכל עם ישראל. לנו, לנו, ולכל עם ישראל, דוד מלך ישראל, חי חי וקיים, דוד מלך ישראל, חי חי וקיים.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's a pleasure to take this award. When we first started this project, there was people who had some knowledge of computing. There were volunteers who didn't have some computing knowledge. So there was a team of us who trained some of these volunteers to actually talk to the patients and show the patients how to use the modern technology like the video conferencing, telephone calls, etc. And that has given us a lot more work to do over the pandemic as well. And that gave us a bit of a time to talk to the patients, not just for the patients' appointments, etc., but to actually talk to them about other things in life. So this project has been well worthwhile. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Nicola, and many congratulations to the Royal Free Charity. I would like your full attention for this next segment, because we are here not just to give out some amazing awards, but also pay tribute to someone as well. And I'm not going to say very much other than simply to introduce to you Ben Lewis.
There is a thing that most of us do. When we get the opportunity to have someone's attention, we go into density mode. We think about ideas per second, even words per minute, words per second. We talk and we talk faster to try and include as many facts, figures, insights as possible. So when given the opportunity to talk about my mum, that was easy to do. Her work at JVN, all of her charity work that she personally was involved in, her contribution to the wider Jewish community, and most importantly, to my brother and myself as a mother. There is a concept that I always focus on at work when delivering presentation, keynote presentation, or any type of meeting. What if, no matter what, your audience will only remember one thing? What would you say? What would you do? See, even though this will be a tough challenge, I will try and I'll try and stay true to that concept. In the parasha we just read over Shabbat, Paro decreed that all Jewish males should be thrown into the Nile. The two midwives, Miriam and Yehevet, defied Paro's decree and courageously decided to keep all the Jewish males alive. The Torah tells us that as a reward for their bravery and courage, God gave them houses, and they were Vayesu, Lechem, and Batim. And Rashi explains that this doesn't necessarily mean physical houses, but rather their families would have dynasties of kingship and priesthood emulate from them. An alternative explanation given by Rabbi Yosef Soronskin in his Sefer Meged Yosef is that what God really was looking for and most pleased was the behavior, was the fact that they acted in a way that they did. They weren't looking for reward. It was not as though they were defining Paro to receive a physical or materialistic reward in any shape or form, but actually by seeing the contribution of the Jewish people and the nation. Anyone involved in volunteering, charities, schools, organizations, being a governor, being a chair, anything along those lines, there are many challenges that go along, and we all have eyes wide open when we go into them. But the reason why we take up these roles is for the greater improvement of the community, the Jewish people, and the Jewish nation. God realized that this was such a fundamental character trait of the Jewish people that we had it in our DNAs. It had to be in our blueprint of who they were. Therefore, those people would have had the dynasty to emulate them, and that's why they were blessed with having families of kingship, priesthood come through their offspring. This was very much my mum. She was involved in so many different organizations, held trustee positions, while she was still having time to offer mentorship to anyone who asked. She did this for the greater Jewish community. She grew this wonderful charity, JVN, to be an enabler, linking charities with willing volunteers as such as yourselves, giving charities access to more incredible people. Finally, thank you to Nikki and the whole JVN team for supporting my family over the last 9 months. And thank you for putting this fabulous video together, which you'll watch in a few seconds. My one thing that I wish for you to walk away with this evening with and hopefully remember, it is also one of my mum's mantras. Every action you will do may start or seem small, but has a huge impact for others. Thank you.
We are the glue of the Jewish community and beyond. They need us to survive. That's why we are the heartbeat of the sector. Not only will it make a difference to the person they're volunteering, but it will make a difference to how they feel. JVN believe that everybody, irrespective of their age, their gender or their ability, should be given the opportunity to volunteer. You can't stand still as a charity, you always have to move and you've got to work with the times. And I also think we'll see an age where people will start to collaborate in charities. I think there's a lot of charities doing some similar work. Bit of a fractured society where we are now, and we can, through a small, cost-effective charity, make such a significant difference.
I'm Adam, Leonie's oldest son, and unfortunately I live abroad and I'm unable to attend tonight in person. I want to start by thanking Nikki and the whole JVN team from the bottom of my heart for putting tonight together in the most meaningful way to honor our late mum. It's been nothing more than an honor to work with Nikki and her team in creating and collaborating on the Leonie's Life and Legacy project. Mum was our family rock and our biggest role model. Somehow she managed to always juggle everything so perfectly, from family to the wider community. I remember the business card she used to have when I was younger, which was a graphic of her juggling all the organizations that she was involved in. Somehow she always managed this and managed it in the most optimized way possible. That sums her up. Someone who was always driving to help everyone, and always ready to jump in herself, from standing outside a supermarket collecting small change to running important organizations. Mum, you gave us so much, and we are so grateful. You were taken far too soon, but we will now try our best to live up to your example and try and do our small part in your zchut. May your neshama have an aliyah. Thank you all so much for being part of this wonderful organization, and congratulations to all the winners.
Thank you very much to Ben and to Adam. Just before we go on to our next award, and we have a quick message coming up, I can't quite believe this is a Jewish event, I have to say, because there are sweets on the table and no one seems to be eating them. I don't understand that at all. What's going on here? Am I at the wrong event? So the trees you have in front of you are not there for decoration. Fill your boots. Enjoy the food that's on your table, please. So whilst you're doing that, we've got one more message. So have a look at the screens again. There's one more message for you to listen to.
Huge congratulations to everybody involved and everybody who was there tonight, especially the winners. Do you know what? The community would not be the same without you guys giving up your time and dedicating so many hours selflessly. So I'm sure there are lots of people who would love to say thank you, lots of people who have benefited so much from you volunteering, and on behalf of them, well done, enjoy yourselves, get stuck into it, have a lovely evening, and congratulations to all of you who are nominated, and especially the winners.
Thank you very much, Helen. We're now on to our next award. The good news is the photograph should be slightly easier because there are only 11 nominations. So I'd like to think we'll be able to have a slightly less chaotic photograph at the end of this. But well done to all 11. And yet again, as I say, you have your awards on the table. Can I ask the chief exec or the trustee who's here, please, to stand up, present you with your award, and at the end of that, we will get you up for your team photograph. And this is for our Young Volunteer of the Year. The winners are as follows. Congratulations to Naomi Van Hoof from AJR, Anna Akanteva from All Aboard Shops, Rebecca Baruch from Gift. Raphael Kami from Give, Help, Share. Rob Share from Jewish Care. Talia Pavel from Jewish Women's Aid. Tamara Cohen from Kisharon. Ben Brownson from Maccabi GB. Lena Sakur from Nightingale Hammerson. Daniel Joseph from Norwood. And finally, Leo Levine from the Together Plan. Congratulations to all our Young Volunteer of the Year winners. So when you've had your photo taken, can I please ask our Can I ask please that when you come up we just let our professional photographer just to take that first photo with everybody, and then you can all come up and take your individual photographs. So congratulations, Mazel Tov, to our Young Adult Volunteers of the Year.
שמאמין לא מפחד את האמונה לאבד, ולנו יש דרך העולם והוא שומר אותנו מכולם. העם הזה הוא משפחה, אחד ועוד אחד זה סוד ההצלחה. עם ישראל לא יוותר, תמיד על המפה אנחנו נשאר, וזה ידוע, החיים הם מתנה, הכל צפוי והרשות נתונה. מי שמאמין לא מפחד את האמונה לאבד, ולנו יש את מלך העולם והוא שומר אותנו מכולם. מי שמאמין לא מפחד את האמונה לאבד, ולנו יש את מלך העולם והוא שומר אותנו מכולם. והעיקר לא לפחד, לא לפחד כלל, והעיקר לא לפחד כלל.
So, Mazel Tov again to all our winners. We are now going to announce... We are now going to announce the outstanding winner in this category. Before we do that, how are the sweets going? Have you worked out how to remove the sweets from the trees yet? Can someone help this table, please? They're struggling a little with that. Excellent. So, to announce the winner of the Outstanding Young Adult Volunteer Award, I'd like to introduce Joan Lipkin-Edwards from the Edwards Family Foundation to the stage.
Okay, so this person has volunteered at their charity for 13 years. In the last 3 years, set up the Jewish, actually I can't read it, Jewish Golf Initiative. He's a dedicated volunteer who has connected Jews around the world through sport and has been instrumental in creating partnerships between JGI.
Let's do this together.
I needed my reading glasses.
Yeah, JGI.
JGI.
Spot on,
Golf England.
She got it right. It's JGI. Come on, yeah.
Sorry.
Keep going. Yes.
And launching the program in 3 Jewish primary schools.
Amazing.
Right. Now we're going to open the envelope.
Yeah. Open the envelope. You don't need that on that side.
Okay. No, they're the wrong glasses. Okay, so the winner is Ben Brownson.
So Ben, before Ben comes up, let's watch a little film. Well done, Ben.
When it comes to outstanding young adults in volunteering, Ben Brownson, you are the epitome of that. You have always and continue to be a fantastic volunteer for the organisation. I remember, I think it was 14 years ago, when you started on our leadership programme, coming down from Manchester, never missing a weekend. And from that moment onwards, you've been at the epicentre of all things positive around our organisation. You give up countless amounts of hours volunteering your time in the areas that you're passionate about in golf. You created this amazing Jewish golf initiative to inspire future generations to take up the sport and to also invigorate our Maccabea International Games teams. And you don't just leave it there. You're always on hand to support Maccabi GB in all of our activities, coming down to the fun run each and every year and supporting the professional team, giving your experience to younger members on the leadership program. And also, let's not forget the amazing contribution that you give to Manchester Maccabi, your home club. We're really proud of you, Ben, and really look forward to you continuing on your leadership and volunteering journey through the organisation. Mazel tov on a truly deserved win.
Mazel tov to Ben Brownson.
אם תיתנו לי כוס של יין להבדלה, אם תיתנו לי כוס של יין להבדלה, אם תיתנו לי כוס של יין להבדלה, אם תיתנו לי כוס של יין להבדלה.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I really don't know what to say, but very humbled, very grateful to be here. What a fantastic event, what a fantastic evening. Daniel, thank you very much for hosting, of course. To JVN for facilitating this fantastic event, but beyond that, really bringing to our community the opportunity to get stuck in and volunteer and really give back to a fantastic community, both our Jewish community, but broader than that, in the UK and beyond, which is absolutely the heart of what our charities are here to do. Fantastic ability for us to collaborate together is something that I'm very much looking forward to seeing many charities in this room continue to do over the years. To Maccabi GB, thank you very, very much. Ashley, extremely kind words as always. We have debated JGI clearly as a phrase. Maybe that needs to be scrapped given that no one can actually say those three letters. So apologies for that. Maybe we'll come up with a bit of a rebrand. But it really is fantastic to volunteer with such a fantastic team at Maccabi GB. The professional team really is an extended professional family rather than a team. They give countless amount of hours towards creating a fantastic organisation that is not just a charity, that is not just about sport, it's about well-being, that provides young people and everyone of all ages with the fantastic opportunity to be involved in events in the UK and further afield. I'm very, very fortunate to have been involved with that organisation for let's call it a long period of time at this stage. I'm very pleased to still be being called young, actually. I'm quite grateful for that with a few grey hairs in my beard. So thank you very much and for all the support. There is someone who I must thank in particular, and I apologise for this. I did suggest I wouldn't do this, but for someone who has provided me with immense support, not just during lockdown, where I decided that all I would do is dedicate time to the Jewish Golf Initiative and to trying to get the Maccabea going from a golf perspective, but someone whose love and support is really special. And thank you, Rach, most importantly, for everything. Thank you very much.
אם תיתנו לי כל שיין להבדלה.
Thanks to the Edwards Family Foundation and Mazel Tov to Ben on his awards. Before we move into our final award of the evening, we have another message. Watch your screens, another message.
Hello, my name is Tracy Ann Oberman, and I'm so sorry not to be with you tonight. A huge congratulations to everybody who won a volunteering award. We are an amazing community. We absolutely look after our own, and our volunteers are the lifeblood that make our community be able to thrive and function. We are a community that is a gold standard to others to look to see how we work so hard to make sure that we are cared for and no one ever feels alone. Congratulations to everybody for all their hard work, and I hope you have a lovely evening.
Thank you, Tracy Ann. And now the final award of the evening. And this is our Lifetime Achievement Award. Same format. Everybody who I read out has won an award at their table. Their chief exec will present them with their trophy, and then they will all come up for their photo. Once again, if I can request that we allow our photographer to take the photo first, and then we can have whatever photos you would like to take. So Mazel Tov and many congratulations to our Lifetime Achievement Award winners. They are as follows: Jeffrey J. from Ajax JMA, Vera Gelman from AJR, Lorna Bennett, All Aboard Shops, Ronnie Pallister from Barnet United Synagogue, Jane Danker from the Belfast Jewish Community, Rochelle Selby from British Immuna, Yael White from GIFT, John Joseph MBE from the Jewish Blind and Disabled, Rita Newmark, Jewish Care, B. Glass from Jewish Women's Aid, Yitzi Lerner from Kisharon, Laura Marks, OBE from Mitzvah Day, Alan Moss from Northwood United Synagogue, Wendy Gearing from Norwood, David Scarf, the Royal Free Charity, Stuart Bloom, United Synagogue, Nagla Sadiq Ahmed Mustafa from Wheat Mentor Support Trust, Miriam Falk from Wheatso, and finally on our list, we want to honour especially tonight Brian Green, who was nominated by Maccabi GB for a Lifetime Achievement Award. Brian sadly passed away in December, and his wife Helena is here tonight to accept the award in his honour. So Mazel Tov to all our nominees, all our winners. So when you've had your awards, let's have you up here for your team photo. And just a reminder, our photographer will take the first photo, please.
עוד תראה כמה טוב יהיה בשנה הבאה. עוד תראה כמה טוב יהיה בשנה הבאה. בשנה הבאה נשב על הר מרפסת ונספור ציפורים נודדות. ילדים בחופשה ישחקו תפסת בין הבית לבין השדות. עוד תראה כמה טוב יהיה בשנה הבאה. עוד תראה כמה טוב יהיה בשנה הבאה. ענבים אדומים יבשילו עד הערב ויוגשו צוננים לשולחן. ברוחות רדומים ייצאו עליהם הדרך עיתונים ישנים וענה. עוד תראה כמה טוב יהיה בשנה הבאה. 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 היי! די 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 לה 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 די 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 יהיה בשנה הבאה. עוד תראה כמה טוב יהיה בשנה הבאה.
We'll just take these last couple more photographs. Okay. Okay. Shh. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to... Our final award of the evening. Our final award of the evening is the Outstanding Lifetime Achievement Award. And I'd like to introduce a friend and a neighbour of mine, Ros Preston OBE, President of JVN, on behalf of the Citron family, to introduce the winner of the Outstanding Lifetime Award. Ros Preston, everybody.
Thank you so much, friends. Good evening. I think we will all agree we've had a most marvellous time. And I think I know that it's touched my heart listening to the incredible achievements of all these volunteers and all their support groups and all the people who work for our community and for the whole of society in this country. And it gives me enormous pleasure to give you what I consider to be, of course, one of the most outstanding awards of the evening, which is sort of like the, what can I describe it as, the crown. And nominated by Jewish Care for the Outstanding Award of the Year is Rita Newmark.
Let's just have a quick film about Rita before she comes up.
Congratulations, Rita. You truly deserve the JVN Outstanding Lifetime Achievement Award. On behalf of everyone connected with Jewish Care, thank you for everything that you have done for the community. 50 years ago, you and a small group of friends and dedicated volunteers began and founded what is today Jewish Care's Meals on Wheels service, delivering hot soup and meals and recruiting more volunteers.
Rita has continued sharing her skills and time, delivering meals and inspiring so many volunteers. Today, our volunteers deliver 700 meals each week to over 300 older people. It's a lifeline, and it continues to bring the whole community together. Wishing you huge congratulations on your award, Rita, and thank you again for everything you have done.
Rita, you wait there. We'll come over to you, Rita. Come on, Ros. We'll go and see Rita over there, I think. Savour the walk.
היי! אשת חיל מימצא ורחוק מפנינים מכלה בטח בלב בעלה ושלה לא יחסר גמל טעות ולא רד בחייה תרשת צמר ופשתים ותז חפץ כפיה הייתה קיוניות סוחר ממרחק תביא לחמה ותקם בעוד הלילה ותיתן טרף לביתה וחוק לנערותיה זמם השדה ותיקחהו מפרי הפה ענת הכרם חגרה בעוז מותניה ותאמץ זרועותיה
And nice and close, Rita. Come as close as you can get.
Firstly, I would like to thank all those permanent members of staff who coordinate the many dedicated volunteers within our Jewish communities. Meals on Wheels in the Redbridge area was started some 45 years ago by the late Helen Goswell, and I was fortunate enough to be one of the close friends that got involved from the very beginning. It seems strange to win an award for something that has given me and my husband Leon so much enjoyment. During this time, we have made so many lifelong friends while serving our local community. The Hebrew word to give is Natan, which is a palindrome as it is spelt noon, taf, noon. So by giving in one direction, you also receive in the other. This, I feel, is very much the essence of volunteering. Personally, I receive immense satisfaction by being fortunate and able to give my time to help others. I'm proud to say that what started in a home kitchen 45 years ago has now grown to 9 daily rounds, delivering some 700 meals each week. This is all thanks to Jewish Care and the astounding work of Melanie Dishkol and her fantastic support team. They also send meals to Bethnal Green and Stanford Hill centres for local deliveries. I thank you once again for this most prestigious award, but really feel it belongs to the many volunteers who over the years have provided meals to those in the Ilford and surrounding areas. Thank you.
אשת חיל מימצוא רחוק מפנינים מכלה בטח בלב בעלה ושלה לא יחסר
Keep your applause going, please, for our Outstanding Lifetime Achievement Award, Rita Newmark.
הייתה גאוניות סופר.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's been an absolute joy and a pleasure for me to spend the evening with you, and Rita is just the perfect example of why we do what we do. So once again, many congratulations to Rita. I have just one final duty, if I may. Shh. Just for your attention, just for a few more moments, please, ladies and gentlemen. I'd like to introduce to you finally this evening to the Chief Executive of JVN, Nikki Goldman.
Thank you. Thank you, Nigel. Hello, everyone. It's so wonderful to see everyone in the room. You know, when you plan these sort of things and it's all on paper and then it happens, and there's so much love and joy and celebration in the room. So thank you all so much for coming. It's been inspiring and humbling tonight to hear and read about the amazing volunteering that goes on in the Jewish community and in the wider charity sector. And I'd just like to say, anybody in the room who volunteers, please stand up and let's everyone give everyone a huge round of applause. Anyone who volunteers, stand up. Wow, amazing, thank you. And now just a special tribute to our volunteer managers. Anyone who's a volunteer manager in the room, you make this happen. Please give them a huge round of applause. None of us who work in charities could do anything without our volunteers. And it's just amazing to know and to see what goes on through everybody's goodwill and commitment. We're hugely proud of the essential role that JVN plays in the Jewish community and in the wider charity sector by connecting volunteers, supporting charities, and promoting and celebrating volunteering as we have done tonight. I would like to thank everyone who made this event happen tonight. And you have to bear with me because there are a lot of people that made this event happen. In particular, I'd like to start by thanking our host and the chair of JVN, Daniel Levy. Daniel. Daniel, thank you for welcoming us all to your beautiful venue and for your leadership of JVN. And thank you to all the JVN trustees for all your support. Thank you to our small but incredibly supportive and powerful steering group of Elisa Bayer and Dalia Kramer. Thank you to Dame Mary Marsh and to our independent judging panel. And thank you to tonight's compere, our friend Nigel Rothband. Thank you to all the event volunteers. All of you, stand up please, everyone who helped tonight with getting tonight together. Thank you to the Lewis family, to Howard and Ben in the room, and to Adam online. Thank you for all your support. Thank you to the family of David Lazarus, Zichron Livracha, for your ongoing support, and to Gabby for your birthday appeal for JVN. Thank you to all our individual award sponsors, to Wall Legacy, to Investec, to the Edwards Family Foundation, and to the Citron, Sivan, and Sefton families. Thank you to our brochure sponsor, all our advertisers, and all the donors so far to Leonie's Life and Legacy Appeal. Thank you to our dignitaries for being here with us tonight. It's very much appreciated. And a special thank you to our small but mighty JVN team, staff and volunteers who go above and beyond all the time, but especially for tonight. Our core event team, Leslie, Rochelle, Joe Bean, Gemma and Caroline, together with Joe Masters, Angie and Rebecca, and a very special mention to JVN's regular volunteers, to Mike, to Rita, to Amanda, to Robert, and formerly to Catherine and Nadia. Thank you for all that you do. Tonight we are honouring Leonie Lewis. It's very hard to say more than has been said already tonight about Leonie. Leonie was my colleague, my mentor, my friend for 40 years. Leonie left us too soon, so we at JVN feel the responsibility to help perpetuate her life's work, to engage people in communities, to connect people between communities, and to get people volunteering. So tonight, we are launching the programme part of Leonie's Life and Legacy. Throughout 2023, JVN will be partnering with organisations to inspire people into volunteering. So far, we've had discussion with 10 different organisations, but we are very open to anybody else who'd like to work with us on this amazing programme. Leonie Lewis, Yehi Zichra Baruch. Her memory will always be a blessing to her family and friends, to JVN, to the Jewish community, and to the wider charity sector. Thank you all for coming tonight to celebrate volunteering. If you'd like to stay a bit longer, there's tea and coffee and cakes outside in the lobby and a place for charity photos. Have a safe journey home and have a very wonderful, healthy and meaningful 2023. Good night.
Whoa, 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 ay, 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 ay. Whoa, 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 ay, 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 ay. Ay, 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 ay. Ay, 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 ay. Whoa, 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 ay, 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 ay. Whoa, whoa, ay, 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 ay. Ay, 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 ay. Ay, 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 ay. Whoa, whoa, ay, 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 ay. Whoa, ay, 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 ay. Ay, 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 ay. Ay, 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 ay. Ay, 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 ay. Ay, 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 ay. Ojivo shalom aleinu, ojivo shalom aleinu, ojivo shalom aleinu ve'al kulam. Ojivo shalom aleinu, ojivo shalom aleinu, ojivo shalom aleinu ve'al kulam. Salam aleinu ve'al kol ha'olam. Salam, salam, salam. Aleinu ve'al kol ha'olam, salam, salam.